So first of all, thank you so much for interviewing with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, the topic of the day in many ways is sovereignty. We're expecting an answer from U.S. President Donald Trump within a week, and all around the world, in Washington specifically, the conservative conferences, there seems to be a lot of support for this idea. What is your perspective? Are we going to achieve sovereignty over Yehuda and Shomron in the coming weeks? Or get permission?
So first, I think we are closer than ever. I was just in CPAC, in the conventions that you mentioned. I was just there, and with other Knesset members and other advocates for sovereignty. And I think that the readiness for this idea is more than ever. But it all depends on us here in Israel. Because the Americans, as we see also with the war in Gaza, the maximum that they will say is, you do whatever you want. So we have to make this loud and clear that we want sovereignty, that we are working towards sovereignty, and we are willing to do what it takes. And then, as we, as a nation, as a country, as government, will say so, I believe the Americans will go with us.
Do you believe that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will move forward on such an idea? I mean, he's been Prime Minister a very long time. Off and on, it seemed that it was ripe and ready, but we've not moved forward on it.
So we moved for sovereignty de facto, or on the land, in the last, when Bezalel Smotrich is the minister of, is that in charge on this within the defense ministry. What happened in the last 2 years in Judea and Samaria is amazing. You see it, you see way more building of new communities, new buildings, new areas, and the enforcement against the illegal Palestinian building is way more than ever. So we are doing it on the ground, we're doing it in legislation, we are pushing forward in the Land of Israel caucus, which I am one of the co-chairs, the referendum law to change the term Judea and Samaria, West Bank to Judea and Samaria, and we're working on this internally and internationally. We have to make sure it gets to the final stages, and now is the best time.
Two last questions regarding World War III. I mean, if you go forward with this sovereignty, couldn't we see a massive international war against Israel, whether it's in rhetoric or otherwise?
So you mean we'll have seven sides
Maybe it'll
attack
be
on
14.
Israel? 14 sides. No, those kind of threats we heard all over when we talked about moving the embassy, the USA embassy, to Jerusalem, recognition of Golan Heights, any step forward, Jews davening in the Temple Mount, which is today is a reality, and people said the whole world will be an uprising. I think the world today understands who are we dealing with. We see the outcomes of elections just recently in Germany, in the US, of course, in other places around the world. The world understands, and the sentiment of Jewish and Israel-loving Christians that happens all around the world is also a major change. So people understand that Israel is fighting the good fight, and they want to join us. We just have to show them that we are willing to fight, and they will be with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.